Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Say the secret word and we'll divide some money between us, and that's going to be the sign for Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life in the DeSoto Plymouth radio program, You Bet Your Life, as it was originally broadcast on April 13th, 1957. And, let's find out what the secret word is this time around.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is face. F-A-C-E.
Really?
You bet your life.
It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America, who invite you to see and drive the most exciting car in the world today, DeSoto for 1957.
The most exciting car today is now delighting the far highway. It's the lovely, it's dynamic, it's DeSoto. Exciting style to please the eye, exciting power to pass them by. It's the lovely, it's dynamic, it's DeSoto.
And here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win as much as $10,000. All right, George, who's first for DeSoto?
Groucho, Mrs. Marie Haven and Mr. Ray Moyer are waiting to talk to you, so folks, you can please meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you see every day. Marie Haven and Ray Moyer. Well, you're a nice-looking couple. Marie, are you the new Haven or the old Haven?
Since 1943, I've been married.
Oh, well, congratulations. Then you're about medium Haven, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what did you say your name was?
Ray Moyer, Groucho.
Roy Mayer. I used to know a fellow named Roy Mayer. How long have you been Roy Mayer?
Well, Groucho, it's Ray Moyer. And I've been...
Well, if you want to be shifty and change your name, it's all right with me. How old are you, Ray?
Well, this week I can say that I'm 58.
Mm-hmm. What could you say next week?
59.
Next week you'll be 50. You get a year older every week?
Just happens this next week.
Oh. Are you married?
Yes, Groucho, I'm married.
How long you been married?
10 months.
10 months, you rascal, you. That's probably why you changed your name, huh? Where did you meet your wife, Roy?
I met my wife in Egypt.
You met her in Egypt? What were you doing there? Were you scuttling ships in the Suez Canal?
No, I was working on a movie, American movie.
Is that so?
I was working on the making of the Ten Commandments.
Oh.
I was the set.
I saw that picture. I don't remember you in it. All I remember is that girl in the crib sucking her thumb. What part did you play, Roy? Were you the Sphinx?
No, I wasn't an actor, Groucho. I was the set decorator on the picture, but in Egypt I had an additional job of seeing all the properties either purchased or manufactured.
Oh.
And in 2 months' time, I saw 150,000 items assembled.
Was all the picture made in Egypt?
No, we only shot in Egypt what was necessary to shoot in Egypt.
Oh. Well, if you want some things to shoot in Egypt, I've got a couple of suggestions. Now, Marie, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Mo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of work does your husband do?
A move man.
He's a move man?
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything like a moving man?
Absolute.
Oh, well, which moving man is he? Is he the big husky fella that carries the lamp, or is he the little skinny guy who carries the piano?
He's a husky one.
He is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How much does he weigh?
Oh, I think about 156, somewheres like that. I didn't pin him down to it.
Well, if he only weighs 156, he must be in pretty good shape. Is he unusually strong?
He's strong, all right, but yet he's weak, too.
Well, all men are. Well, in what way is he weak? You mean morally?
His back is running out on him.
His back is running out? Well, where's it running? I mean, you any idea?
Well, he's got some vertebrae that are not working like they should.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Isn't that a handicap in the moving business to have some weak vertebrae?
Oh, well, I help him.
You help him?
Sure,
what do you
every
mean?
night.
Every night you help
Yeah.
him? Well, that's a good wife. What do you do for him every night?
Press the vertebrae.
What do you mean? He lies down on a...
Lies in the bed and on his stomach, and
You press it with a hot iron?
No, with my hand. I feel him out, and then I go whack. And you hear him. Just feel him out.
Every night you whack his vertebrae? Isn't that a lovely title for a love song? Every night I whack his vertebrae. Well, how many vertebrae does he have?
Well, he's got about 2.5, maybe 3 working. Right.
He's got 12, hasn't he? Is that right?
I never count him. I just whack him.
Why don't you give him a vacation some night and just count him and don't whack him? Huh?
I couldn't feel him that good.
No. Well, you're nice people, and I've enjoyed talking to you, and I hope you're all set to clean us out in the quiz. You both know how we play this game, You Bet Your Life?
Oh, yes.
You selected a movie quiz by Mr. Moyer. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. All right? Nanette Fabre appeared as a child actress in what series of pictures?
Was it Our Gang Comedy?
That's right. You got one right. Only one supporting actor has ever won the Academy Award 3 times. Who is this fine actor?
You're not referring to that big jank deal, are you?
I missed that one.
Well, you'll know when you hear it. It's Walter Brennan.
Well, you have one wrong now. Don't get the next one wrong or you're out of the game.
All right. Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman starred in Hemingway's story of the Spanish Civil War. What was the name of it?
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls is right.
Well, you're back on the track again with one right.
What is Edith Head's job in the movies?
Costume designer, Paramount Studio.
Aren't you ashamed to answer that?
I'm really ashamed of that one, Groucho.
2 right now. 2 more right, and $1,000 is yours.
Kirk Douglas stars in Lust for Life. What artist's life is the movie based on?
The Life of Van Gogh.
That's right.
3 right now. 1 more right, and that's yours.
Tolstoy's novel War and Peace has been made into a movie. Who directed it?
It was directed by King Vidor.
Yes, one of the great ones. That's right. You've won...
$1,000 with 4 in a row correct.
Now... You won $1,000. Now, you can keep it and quit, or you can come back later at the end of the show and try to double your money, and you may even get a crack at $10,000. No matter what you decide to do, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll take a brief break so someone can go whack your vertebrae. You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx, April 13th, 1957 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just 2 of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
Now that our backs have been all whacked back into place, Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life continue now from April 13th, 1957, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
George, who's next for DeSoto?
They're Catherine Brousset and Carl Terzian. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you.
Hello.
Catherine Brustekel and Carl Terzian, huh? Carl, make yourself at home while I get acquainted with your partner. Catherine Brousset, is that the way you pronounce it?
Brousset, yes.
Brousset. Where are you from, Katharina?
Oh, I am from Paris, but I have lived in many other places before.
Have you got a husband, Catherine?
No.
You have no husband?
No, Groucho.
Like you? Well, that's the friendliest gesture France has made since they sent Lafayette over here. I'll get back to you, Fifi. Just turn off your motor and park there for a minute. Huh?
I'll try.
Now, your name is Catherine Brousset?
No, Carl Terzian.
Oh, Carl Terzian.
That's right.
What kind of a name is Terzian? Is that Terzian of the Apes?
No. It's Tarzan.
Oh, it's Tarzan.
Terzian is Armenian name. The IAN is usually Armenian and means son of. Terzian is son of a tailor.
You're son of a tailor. Is your father a tailor?
Yes, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Well, that's very fitting. Now, where are you from, Carl?
Right here in Hollywood. Went to Hollywood High and born and raised here.
Have you got a job?
I'm a major in college in political science at University of Southern California.
What are you? Is that a senior?
That's right, senior.
Why are you studying political science?
Well, my eventual hope is to go into politics. I think it's a real challenge and a chance to work with people.
That's a worthy ambition.
Thank you.
Well, how do you know you'd like politics? Have you had any experience?
Yes, ever since I was a wee lad, I was in it, and it's about 10 years now since I first started. Right
What
now,
do you mean by a wee lad? What's a wee lad?
Perhaps about junior high age. And
her size?
No. Actually, at the present time, I'm student body president at USC.
I see.
So I've been pretty active.
Suppose she was sitting in the front row and you were about to make a speech. Would that distract you any?
I hope.
Well, I'd have to be speaking about something pretty important not to be.
Well, what do you know that's more important?
Nothing yet.
You better get that into your head pretty soon.
It's there.
It is there.
Yeah.
Good.
So you're the president of the student body at SC?
That's right.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a very important fellow.
How about that?
Well, when do you get time to study? Don't you have trouble with your grades?
Well, to keep a scholarship, I try for about an A- average. If I'm lucky, I hit it.
Don't you have a Phi Beta Kappa key, if you're that smart?
Well, I seldom wear one.
Oh, are you ashamed of it?
No, I'm proud of it, but I just as soon keep it at home.
I see. You imagine that people might vote against you if they saw this key on you?
No, I think academic attainment is something that a person can take pride in himself and doesn't have to broadcast it to the world.
This fellow will be president when he's 28. Well, you're quite a man, and we can use bright young fellows like you in politics. How old are you, Carl?
21.
21, huh? And you're still in college, huh?
Yes, senior.
When I was 21, I was wanted in 4 different states. In fact, I was wanted in every state but my own. In that state, nobody wanted. Are you married, Carl?
No.
Have you given this much thought?
I've thought about it.
I don't mean in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, before that.
Would you like to cement Anglo-French relations? What kind of a girl would you like to marry?
Well, I like a girl who's very compatible and understanding, would like a family.
Listen, they're all compatible before you get married.
After, too.
Well, Catherine, we don't know too much about you, so let's do a little...
It's your fault, Groucho.
Let's... I expect to remedy this right now. How old are you, babe? How's that for a flying start? How old are you, Cat?
You know, in France, the gentlemen don't ask a lady how old she is.
Well, let's get two things straight, Catherine. First, we're not in France, and second, I'm no gentleman. And if you want to, you can put the second one first. However, if you don't care to reveal your age, it's all right with me.
I don't mind. I'm 25.
25. Well, if I were 25, I wouldn't mind either. How long have you been in this country? Have you been here long enough to meet any American men? What a ridiculous question.
I don't know, but since I'm here, I find American men very, very distrustful, and they always think that there's an angle to everything.
Well, any man that can find angles on you should have his eyes examined. And that's the well-rounded truth. Would you think that you're too old for this gent over here, Carl?
He's too busy studying, I suppose. Unfortunately.
He says he's not that busy here, Catherine. Well, what are your plans for the future, Catherine, as far as men are concerned? I imagine that's what you're interested in. All women are.
Well, I plan to marry.
You're going to get married, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're interested in a student body president, we might be able to wrap this thing up right now. You know? Where do you like to go on dates?
Oh, I like to eat in the nice places like Jason's, Romanov's. Dance at the Macumba, you know.
Well, there goes the student body president. Carl, back to Barney's Beanery.
Oh, I have never been there. I would like to go there.
You'd like to go to Barney's Beanery?
Yes.
Carl, it looks like you're hooked, huh? Well, what kind of luck have you had in locating a victim who has a Diners Club card? Apparently that's what you're after.
Nothing happens very much, Groucho. I can't find somebody that can make me tingle. And it's very important for me to tingle.
Could you make her tingle, Carl?
I've never tried.
Well, what do you mean by a tingle? You mean like tingle, tingle, little star?
Oh, no. You know. I know you know.
No, I don't know. No.
Oh, Groucho, you know.
I used to know, but I don't know. I would say offhand that I haven't tingled since William Jennings Bryan was running.
I don't believe you.
Well, you're only a kid yet, Catherine. You're 25. I predict you'll be married before you're 26.
I hope so.
Even if it takes 10 years, huh?
I'm in a hurry, you know?
What kind of a man are you looking for? Anything special?
For me, yes. But he doesn't have to necessarily be rich. He doesn't have to be tall. Only we have to love each other. That is most important, Groucho.
Is that what you mean by tingling?
Yes.
Don't you think anyone in America tingles?
I don't know. I don't think too many, really. But Americans are wonderful people. They have so many wonderful qualities, much better than our country. But Groucho, on the romantic side, something is missing, honestly.
It isn't that. The taxes are so high, we can't afford to tingle. It's only a question of...
At least they can try.
Well, wait till after April 15th. I think you'll do that. Well, you're not getting discouraged, are you? Do you think you will eventually hook somebody? This is a kind of an American colloquialism when I say hook somebody.
I think so. But
Don't you think Carl is cute?
Oh, terribly. Terribly cute.
Look at him with those big blue eyes of yours.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be a wonderful American man one day. I mean...
What do you mean, one day? You mean like tomorrow?
I mean in the big things he wants to do later on in life. That's what I mean. Really.
Is there a great deal of tingling at USC? Carl?
There is now.
There is. Well, you make a charming, exciting, and romantic couple, and if you take my advice, you'll get engaged right after the show. And Carl, if you plan on taking her to Ciro's and Romanov's, you better hope you win that $10,000.
We hope so,
you'll
too.
need that much for a steak sandwich. All right, you selected facts about presidents. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're through. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Now, don't answer before you discuss it with each other. You understand that, Carl?
Yes, sure.
All right, which of our presidents was married to Martha Dandridge Custis?
George Washington.
George of the Wash is a right.
You have 1 right, 3 more to go, and you'll have $1,000.
All right, who was president during the Spanish-American War?
McKinley.
McKinley is right.
You have 2 right now, 2 more right, and you'll have your $1,000.
Good boy.
What president was sworn into office by his father? Come on, kids. Well, it was the New England George Jessel, Calvin Coolidge. Oh, you should know that.
Well, you don't have 1 wrong. Don't get the next one wrong, or the game is over.
How old must a man be in order to be eligible for the presidency?
35 years.
He knew that because he's planning on it.
You're back on the right track. 1 right now, 3 more to go for 1,000.
Back to the questioning with Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life, April 13th, 1957, when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with 1 simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx, from April 13th, 1957.
What president was called the rail splitter?
Abraham Lincoln.
Honest Abe is right. What president, how much have they got?
The 2 right. 2 more right is what you're aiming for.
Yes.
What president had a famous home called Monticello?
Thomas Jefferson.
How did you know that?
Oh, my friend told me. Didn't you know, Groucho?
And you and your friend have 3 right and 1 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
Who was the first vice president to be later elected to the presidency?
John Adams.
John, oh boy, what a smart kid this girl is.
4 in a row right. You now have $1,000.
Fenneman a big kiss.
This kiss you.
I will.
Give Fenneman a big kiss.
Now?
And you
See, I don't get any money on this show. Well, you've won $1,000 now. You can keep it and quit. We're a pretty smeared-up-looking crowd here.
Oh, you look wonderful.
Or you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over there and sit on Catherine's lap, Carl, and think it over. If we don't see you later, I'll meet you in Barney's Beanery. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Out of it. Thank you. George, we're ready to see who wants to get a crack at all the big money. Will you bring out the first couple?
Marie Haven and Ray Moyer, would you come out again, please?
Now you've won $1,000 so far. Now you have a chance to win a lot more. Maybe even 10,000. Or you can stop right here and keep your 1,000. If you decide to try for the big money and fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to take it with me.
Now get together and pick a number from 1 to 10 and then spin the wheel. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, this question is worth $2,000. However, if your number comes up, this question is worth $10,000. What number do you want?
6.
6? Give it a turn. I can't stand many more of these shots. Your number was 6 and it came on 5, so you're now going for $2,000. Is that right? Freedom of the press in America dates from 1735, when a Philadelphia printer was freed of charges of publishing seditious libel. For $2,000, who was the celebrated printer of American history?
I think the only one I know is Benjamin Franklin.
No.
It's not Benjamin Franklin.
It's John Peter Zenger, Zenger.
Tell you, well,
I'm sorry, mister, but you wind up with $500, so that isn't so bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
You don't have to be sorry.
All right, bring in the next couple, then.
All right, Catherine Brousset and Carl Terzian. Would you come out, please?
You two kids married yet?
No.
Well, you've won $1,000 now. You have a chance to win a lot more, maybe even 10,000. Or you can stop right here and keep your 1,000.
We'll try for it.
You're going to try for it, huh? You are going for the big money. Now get together and pick a number from 1 to 10 and then spin this wheel.
3.
3?
The
Number
boss
3,
says
huh?
so.
Give it a spin. Well, you can't come closer than that. Your number was 3 and it came on 4, so this question is worth $2,000. The first American photographer of any consequence is best known today for his photographs of the Civil War. For $2,000, what is the name of this famous photographer? It's been in all the magazines.
I thought Stephen, is that his first or his last name?
No, his name is Matthew B. Brady. Very famous. I'm sorry you missed. You wind up with $500. It's not too bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Groucho.
Well, at least they tried. Two sets failed. Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life, April 13th, 1957, on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, another episode of the soap opera Claudia, April 13th, 1948, as the boss is coming to dinner.
And now, Claudia.
Loud beer.
David, what happened? Is something wrong? What?
I fell, that's what happened. Since they took the carpets out yesterday, this floor is less like a bedroom than it is like a skating rink.
Did you hurt yourself? Are you all right? What were you doing out of bed anyway? David, are you hurt?
Nothing that won't heal by itself. You'd better be careful when you get out of bed. If I never knew why people use carpets, I know now.
What are you doing out of bed?
I'm getting up. It's morning. Good morning, Mrs. Norton.
Morning. We just went to bed.
That bright yellow light you see seeping through the window. That's not the moon or a flashlight. That, madame, is the sun. It is morning.
Must be very early.
6:30.
6:30?
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
Good night.
Thought you were going to be a real farmhand.
Oh.
Thought you were going to get up every morning at 5 o'clock and milk the cow.
What are you getting up for at this early hour?
I'm trying to get ready for tonight. Do a little packing.
For tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just remembered Mr. Carrington is coming. Say, David, that's awful. What are we going to do without any furniture?
I must say, it does look kind of barren in the living room.
It does.
I didn't know how big it was until they took out the furniture.
It's wonderful for dancing.
Yes, except they didn't leave us the radio.
Oh, I wish I'd never invited him to New York in the first place. But I had to go and invite him for dinner.
Only one thing to do, and that is take him out to dinner. We'll have to get all dressed up.
All dressed up?
Mm-hmm.
Our evening clothes are packed already.
Now you know why I'm getting up early.
You were going to unpack them?
That's right. And have my dinner jacket pressed. Probably needs pressing.
They're in the trunk, at the bottom of everything.
That's why I got up at 6:30.
You have to take everything out and put it all back in again.
You certainly were in a hurry to pack our clothes.
But I didn't know the furniture was going to be moved yesterday. And the expressman is coming for the trunks tomorrow morning first thing.
Oh, that's fine. Then we'll have to spend the whole night after we're through with Mr. Carrington putting everything back in the trunks again.
I don't see why we have to take our good clothes to Connecticut anyway.
Sometimes I think that you think that Connecticut isn't right next to New York at all.
Say that again?
Anyway, we'd better take along our evening clothes to Eastbrook. Maybe someday there'll be a masquerade and we can go as city folks.
Maybe I'd better get up, too.
I'll do the unpacking, dear, and the repacking. I don't want you to be up all night after he goes.
When's he coming?
We'll hear from him at the office. And as soon as I hear from him and know exactly what we're going to do, I'll call you.
All right, darling.
Well, David, we should be hearing from Victor Carrington at any moment.
Well, I guess we should.
We're very fortunate that Claudia asked him to come to New York that day. Invited him, I should say.
No, I guess we are.
Oh, indeed. He's undoubtedly looking forward to it as a pleasant change from the ordinary routine of his trips to New York.
A change, eh? Well, it will be that, all right.
Round the formal banquets that a man of his position is invited to, the endless dinners at large houses, all the pomp and circumstances. Yes, that must become very tiring.
Eating standing up can become very tiring, too.
Oh, yes. I must say the buffet dinners that people like to serve at formal parties, balancing your plate in one hand and your knife in the other. Better setting for a juggling act than a conversation.
I wasn't thinking of a buffet supper, Roger. I was thinking
And when
more...
Claudia described the farm to him on the telephone, well, you know how many of these captains of industry feel. The more they get out of life, the more they start to worry about the things they're missing.
You mean you think Carrington would like to be moving to a farm himself?
Part of him would, David. Believe me. One part of Victor Carrington's personality would like nothing better than to be moving to a farm. But life has a way of becoming very complicated if you let it.
Sometimes it gets complicated without your letting it. Sometimes it just
That's true, David. That's why I think Carrington is coming to New York at Claudia's suggestion when he was not interested in coming at yours and mine.
Then you think he expects to go to our house for dinner, huh?
David, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if he were keeping his entire trip to New York a secret. I think he's coming as a sort of sentimental pilgrimage, to put himself for a day or two in your place, to see how it feels, perhaps, to be looking forward to a life that's a bit fuller, a bit rounder, perhaps, than the gloriously successful one he's achieved for himself.
Roger, I sincerely hope that you're wrong. You see, Roger, we can't have Carrington to dinner tonight.
You can't?
No.
But, David, why not?
Our furniture. We haven't got any. The moving people came yesterday and took it away.
No furniture? All the better, David. All the better. That's precisely the sort of thing that I think Carrington would enjoy.
Enjoy? Eating off the windowsill? Roger, aren't you being a little impractical?
Impractical? Oh, I don't mean that no furniture is a pleasure. But you heard the way Claudia talked to him over the telephone the other day.
I heard Claudia's end of the conversation.
That's all one had to hear.
But we literally haven't got a table to eat from. We haven't got silverware. Nothing.
David, don't let your respect for Mr. Carrington's position deprive him of a very great pleasure.
Well, if we have to arrange a dinner...
Nothing complicated. The simpler, the better.
I don't care how simple. If we have to arrange a dinner, I'd better call Claudia right away.
Good. I think you've made a very wise, a very kind decision.
I'd feel a little sure of myself if you were Carrington, Roger, but, well... Didn't I just hear somebody coming in the outer office?
I think so. That's probably Carrington.
I'll be with you as soon as I get Claudia.
Hello, David? You sound as though you're in a terrible hurry. Has Carrington come yet? What? Dinner here? But, darling, 7 o'clock? Well, I guess we can get a table from Bertha and chairs. And we've got 2 chairs in the bedroom. And we have the everyday china and the pots and the pans and we can use paper napkins. And I guess I can make hamburgers. And then we're going to have salad. And, I have some canned apricots. And, David, it's almost 7 o'clock.
Carrington will be here any minute, Claudia. You're marvelous.
Don't you think I'm very efficient? Aren't you surprised?
I am never surprised when you do something well. But what makes you think I like surprises? Darling, I hated to ask you to do this, but Roger made me feel that it was almost an act of charity.
It's really better this way. Bertha helped, and she's going to cook dinner. And I packed away the evening clothes again, and everything looks wonderful. Doesn't it?
Wonderful. It's as bare as the Yankee Stadium in February.
I hope Mr. Carrington thinks so.
Oh, there he is now. It could be Bertha, I guess. Maybe she had to go downstairs and get French's dinner ready.
Well,
Suppose you go
everything's
see who it
ready,
is.
darling. Hello?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Norton.
Well, hello. You're all dressed.
Oh, dear, perhaps I'm a little early. I was so anxious to get here and see you again.
Well, please come in. We haven't any furniture. We're just moving.
Yeah, so your husband tells me. Oh, hello, Norton.
Hello, Mr. Carrington. You really shouldn't have dressed. I mean, it wasn't necessary to dress.
I'm a little early, I suppose. There's no great hurry. You know, you'll have plenty of time to dress while I talk to your wife. I haven't seen her in quite a while.
But Mr. Carrington...
These dinners never begin very promptly, either.
We're going to a dinner?
Good heavens, did I forget to tell you?
Well, I guess you did.
Well, I was so interested in what you and Mr. Killian were telling me today, it must have completely slipped my mind. At least I thought my secretary had told...
Am I going to?
Are you going? I should say so. Why, you're going to sit right beside me. I expect to enjoy this dinner more than any dinner I've been to in quite some time.
What dinner is it, Mr. Carrington?
It's our annual industry-wide banquet.
Oh?
Main reason I'm in New York is to attend it.
Is it a very big dinner?
Very big and very important. Fine opportunity for your husband to meet some men with problems similar to mine. Next year, I think our freight terminal will be the sensation of the banquet. I'll expect your husband to give an address.
David, I think you better start getting dressed.
Dressed? Dress. Claudia, where did you put my...
There at the bottom.
At the bottom?
Will you need any help?
No, I can manage.
We haven't got much time at that, Norton. When you're ready, we can talk freight terminal while Claudia dresses.
I'll be right back, just as soon as I can find my...
Well, it certainly is nice to see you again. Your husband is a fine architect.
He's done wonderful things to our farm, Mr. Carrington. I hope you'll come to see it sometime soon.
Well, farms are out of my line, and I'm surprised that you don't find them a little out of yours.
Out of our line?
Well, I'd say that you were a little too sophisticated for farm life. You're real New Yorkers, I think.
But we're both looking forward to... We can hardly wait.
Here, I forget to tell your husband that we're going to a formal banquet, and it doesn't seem to bother him or you a bit.
It doesn't?
You're just perfectly casual about it, both of you. Banquets or farming, doesn't matter. You take both of them right in your stride.
Yes.
For you New Yorkers, everything is a party. Oh, what was that?
I think I'd better go and see. Excuse me?
Please hurry back. There's a great deal more I want to say before I,
David, what happened?
Oh, nothing much. I just pushed over a small trunk.
But the evening clothes aren't in that one. They're in the other one.
That steamer trunk?
At the bottom.
I'll push it over here.
Oh, I hope he isn't getting impatient. He's going to introduce you to some very important people.
On the bottom?
Yes.
Why did you have to put my dinner jacket on the bottom?
You said you wouldn't wear it for years in Connecticut. Not till we go to a fancy dress party, remember?
Well, here goes.
Oh, now don't make too much mess, darling.
Well, we can't keep Carrington waiting.
Your shoes are in the other trunk, David. I'll get them out.
Why did he have to have his industry-wide banquet tonight of all nights in the year?
He thinks we go to parties every night.
I hope the next party we see is that fancy dress ball up at Eastbrook.
Oh, why couldn't it have been a masquerade tonight? Then everything would have been perfect. In Connecticut, we'll be able to dress up like New Yorkers. And tonight, darling, we could go as a couple of Yankees from the farm. Dum dum la 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 la.
Next time you're in a food store, notice how many women pause during marketing for ice-cold Coca-Cola. Having a Coke cooler right in the store makes it easy. Why don't you stop for Coke as a pleasant break in the day's routine? You'll probably find, as others do, that selection is easier when you shop refreshed.
I guess Claudia and David are inside dressing, Mr. King.
Oh, they'll be ready in a moment, Mr. Carrington. Claudia and David never take very long for anything.
Quite a young couple. I like them. But I'm surprised they're going to live on a farm. They didn't seem like that to me.
Oh, they didn't seem like that at first to Claudia either. But she's gotten so she really loves the idea.
You don't say.
And Mrs. Brown, Claudia's mother, loves it too.
Oh, is she moving up to Eastbrook with them too?
Well, that problem hasn't been settled yet, but I understand it's due tomorrow. I wonder whether Mrs. Brown is going to move with David and Claudia or not.
Well, the pleasure's all hers. They ought to be ready by now. Goodbye, Mr. King.
Goodbye, Mr. Carrington. Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, Whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
From April 13th, 1948, Claudia on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you do me a favor? Thank this radio station, support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time you're here. And if you miss a day on this station, you don't have to miss a show. You can find us at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, and Facebook. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.